When was the book of Revelation written as compared to other books of the Bible? Well, all of the Old Testament was written before Christ. That would put them firmly in the BC category. All of the New Testament was written after Christ, or AD, Anno Domini. The question is, when were they written? They were written at various times during the first century. The epistles written by Paul are the later versions simply because he came a little bit later than the rest of them. However, John the Apostle, wrote the book of Revelation at the very end of the first century, making it the last book written. And the last book by quite a number of years. It was written when he was being held as a prisoner on the island of Patmos. That was a Greek island off of the western coast of Turkey. And he was there around 90 to 95 AD. So at the very end of the first season. He wrote that at a time that was very interesting because the book of Revelation, for example, mentions that there is a temple on the Temple Mount. However, in 70 AD, Romans came into Jerusalem and destroyed the temple and the Temple Mount, completely destroyed it. So this was several decades after that event, and he clearly was aware of it. But he said that the book of Revelation is a prophecy, and that's just one of the proofs. Another interesting thing that you can pick up fairly quickly, in the first chapter of Revelation, there are candlesticks. The churches are represented by candlesticks, and they are all on earth at that point. But in chapter 4, we're introduced to the throne room of God, and all 7 of those candlesticks are in heaven at that point. What that indicates is that the rapture happens sometime after chapter 3 and before chapter 4. Yes, I know the word rapture is not in the Bible unless you're reading it in Latin. It's a Latin translation of a Greek word. We understand it as rapture. It means to be caught away. And that event is still in our future. But for the majority of the book of Revelation, it will have already happened.